Hello students, today we start a new book which is Tiger's Eye, The Tiger's Eye, and it is written by Alan McConnell Duff. This name is a very strange name because it is Irish name. You can see in the spelling McConnell, MC is the smaller in this because it is an Irish style to write a name. Anal McConnell Duff was born in 1840 and was died in 1928, and he wrote many books, but this book is very popular because it is composed by BBC World Service. This book is a practical book to learn the speaking. It make us very familiar into the speaking. It help us to deliver the dialogues. It help us to conversation. It help us to operate a phone. It help us to take a meeting or giving instruction and many other things. And in also broadcast, commentary, all these things are combined in this book. This is a very good attempt to write these type of books because most of students cannot learn English into the classrooms because they cannot they fail to give him a situation. This book gives us a situation. There are 30 different type of situation in this book. The situation in hotel, the situation at airport, and in the beaches, in the forest, in the road, in the taxi, and with the boss, with the secretary, on the phone calls, and all these are the conversation we find everywhere into our life. And these type of conversation make us very familiar if we want to learn any language. Tiger's Eye is an exciting new course from the BBC World Service teaching basic English. It clears our basic thoughts because it also focus on the grammar elements also as the tenses, reported speech, passive voice, preposition, adjective, all the parts of speech, and the conditional sentences, and the vocabulary, and synonyms, antonyms, and the fill in the blanks type questions, and the matching type questions. Many other aspects are taken in this book. This book have 37 lessons in which the 6 or 7 are the revision exercise, and so we can say there are 30 conversation, at least 30 conversation in this book, and it is very important book to learn English. So go through this book one by one, and there are only little lessons because 1 or 2 pages are not very large lessons for anyone. So we can learn English by the reading of this book. And it was especially written for learners in the subcontinent area, the Indian area, which is subcontinent area, and it is written especially for us. It is composed especially for us. In Bombay, the well-known Indian actors recorded record records their recorded their voice of these conversation also. There are audio cassettes available into the market, into the net, and which were recorded in Bombay with well-known Indian actors. And it is a very practical book because it shows us the practical dialogues, the practical achievements of our life. It shows the situations which are very familiar to us, and it gives us the situation to do anything. Tiger's Eye, it is an organization who want to save the tigers, and it is a very believable thought that we should conserve, we should prepare to protest the tigers because there are very limited tigers in the world. And this book has a detective story also, and the leading hero of this story is the David. David, who was a foreign person, became a reporter and want to investigate about the corruption into the forest of India, about the tiger's eye and about the organization who are against the tigers. He want to catch the robbers, he want to catch the smugglers who smuggle the teeth and the nails and the skin of tiger. He want to catch the smugglers, and at last he got success and get a reward also, and got a reward also. The book. based on the BBC World Service radio series of the same name. It was, it was broadcast in many series, in many dialogue series into the BBC World Service and with the same name. Tiger's Eye is set off in the office of Indian newspaper. It is starred in the Daily Standard newspaper and the story go through all around this office, the newspaper office. The story follows the adventure of David Black. David Black is the protagonist of this story or these type of dialogues. A young British journalist who came India to investigate about the smuggle of tiger's skin, about the smuggle of the part of the body of the tiger and other animals also. He joins forces with his Indian colleagues and to investigate Tiger's Eye, an international organization which controls illegal trade in wild animals. Tiger's Eye, it is an international organization which controls illegal trade in the wild animals. Because this organization works for the animals. If tiger is not available in the forest, the people enter in it and destroy to the forest. So tiger save the forest. So we should save the tiger because he is the watchman, he is the guard of the forest. This is the basic thought which can be said the theme of the all this book and the dialogues of the book. This book centered his thought to save the tigers, to save the wild animals. And this book helps us to know about the tigers, to know about the smuggling, to know about the efforts which was taken by the David Black. This book start as in the first conversation arrival to the India. David Blake arrives at the airport and the conversation start with the driver and with the who came to take him, who came to receive him, and then he goes to the Connaught Place, Delhi, and then he goes to the hotel, and then he was appointed to investigate about the smuggling, and he was sent a beach, and there are situations. His article was stolen, and many dramatic situation was made in this. This book is very interesting book for the dialogue series because all the dialogues, all the 30 dialogues are mingled with each other. They contains a story in it because there is a story in it, and so the students take an interest and then read the story. There are welcome to India. The David's welcome to India and then starting work, he start the work and the missing bags, his bags are missing. Then the tiger's eye, he saw the organization's symbol in a soap, and then the conference which was taken on the Indian newspaper, and then the inspector's call, strictly confidential book, and the box of books, bad news, good news, surprise present, revision, a case full of books, deep water, it is near the beach, and the tiger, fire, the rickshaw driver, revision, and walk in the rain. All these dialogues shows us that there is a connection between all these dialogues. And this connection shows us that this book is very interesting. Tiger's Eye, which is an organization who want to save the tigers, is a good effort to save the wild tigers to the wild animals. The motive. This book provides a suitable environment for speaking. It is the basic motive of this book. And to the subcontinental student, the student of India and to the student of subcontinent area. This book is for them who need to practice their language skill to communicate with other people at work and to improve their job prospects. It helps to the students who want to develop their language skills and who want to prepare, who want to improve their job prospects. The course provide the learner with the English spoken by Indians in India. The course provide the learners because there are the audio cassettes in market which was prepared by the Indian actors. All these dialogues are prepared by the Indian actors, and the CDs and cassettes are available in the market and on the net also. So we can learn the speaking by listening, we can learn the speaking by reading, and we learn by the looking at them, the way of speaking. And so this book helps the students of subcontinent who want to learn English. So we can say that this is a good effort to make students aware about the knowledge of speaking. The other importance of this book. The course provide a course section of structure, tenses, styles and registers. This is very important because it make familiar with the structures and with the tenses at the present, past and the part of that present, past, present perfect, past perfect, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, present indefinite. All these tenses are described one by one in many exercises and in the conversation also. And the style of the speaking and the registers of the using the words, and all these show us, all these provide us a very good knowledge about English speaking. This book helps the learner to communicate then on telephone. If we want to communicate on telephone, we don't know how to speak, but this book shows us that how to speak and how to give answer and how to ask questions, what are the manners of talking on the telephone. All these are contents in this book. Giving instructions, it's very important because in it the subject is not used mostly, only the verbs first form is used because these type sentences are called imperative sentence. So it is forced in this book that the boss is instructing to the colleagues or the workers, and the reporting. As we know that this book is all around a newspaper background, so there are the reporters who reports on the telephone, who reports on the newspaper also, and the making appointments. It is when the David came on India and appointed, he was appointed as a reporter. So there we find the appointments, asking questions. This is a very common device which we use daily in daily language. If you want to learn any language, start with the asking questions. Why, what, how, where, when, how long, how much. Means if you start with these questions, you learn one by one and you can improve your speaking in any language. And express opinions. It makes us, it prepares us to express our ideas, to express our opinion. It is a very good effort which was taken by the poet. Units. There are 36 units in this books, but there are only 30 dialogues in this unit because 6 are the exercise or the revision units. These units helps to learn speaking skills. All these all these series are linked to each other. All these stories are linked to each other, and there are 7 revisions also in this book, which help the learners to get knowledge, who get knowledge of the grammar. So we will talk about one by one them. First, the grammar unit is polite request. There are 2 or 3 models which help us to make a polite request, as well as could, may, can, and would. All these 4 are used to polite request. If we want to go in a room where a teacher is teaching into the class, we should use may. May I come in, sir? May I come in, ma'am? Or if we want to interrupt anyone in his house, we can say that may I come in, sir? Or may I come in, Mr. Sharma? This is a very simplest model which is used to the polite request. Then the can. Can is much stronger than the may because it shows the familiarity with the person. If we say that can I come in, it shows your rudity, it shows your informality. Because there is, if you request in formal language, you should use may, and if your language is very informal, you should use can. And could and would also are used to the polite request. Would is more effective than the could. Would I use your pen, please? Would you mind if I open the window? All these words are used for the polite request, and could also. And the tenses now. There are 2 tenses in English. You became surprised, I think, because it is reality. Tense represents the verb, and there are only 2 types of verb, present verb and the past verb. And the 2 forms of that verb is present participle and the past participle. So there are 4 parts of a verb, and one is infinitive verb. As we say, to go. To go is the infinitive verb, which is the original form of verb. And then the first form of this verb is go, is the present form. And the another form of this verb is goes, the singular form, because go is used with the plural subjects. The second form is known as the past form. Past form is used mostly in the stories and into the description of history. The third form is past participle, which is used in the passive or uh, perfect sentences, in passive sentences and in perfect type sentences. And last is the present participle, which can be said the gerund also, progressive verb is also. This verb is used in the progressive tense or in continuous tense. So mostly there are only two tenses, but time is three: present, past, and future. So in the most books we find there are the three tenses, and that are present tense, past tense, and future tense. These tenses are divided in four parts as present indefinite or present simple, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous, and vice versa, continuously in all these tenses. So, in the start, we should know about the verbs, because verb helps us to fill in the blanks about the tenses or to improve our knowledge about the tense. And then we should know about the words which are mostly used in the tenses, as always is mostly used in the present indefinite, and the just is used for the perfect, and continuous is the word, regularly is the word which is used in the continuous tense, and then seldom, rarely, these words are used in the present indefinite, and the once, ago, last day, last month, last year, these words are used in the past indefinite, and next year, next month, tomorrow, these words are used in the future indefinite. So we can say that we should know about the tenses properly. So you should read the books very deeply. The next is sentence structures. There are 9 sentence basic structure in English grammar, and there are 200, more than 200 sentence structure all around the English language. So first of all, we should learn about the 9 basic structures, the 9 basic structure in English. Next is moods. Moods shows the modals, and there are 13 modals in English. All these models show the different type of moods. If you say that I can do it, means you are firm, you have the power. And if you say I may do it, it means you have doubt on yourself. So all types of, if a person said that I should respect my parents, it shows his dedication to the parents. And many models shows the different types of the moods. Then the preposition. Preposition is a topic which is very large in the number, and there are many preposition in English. The definition of the preposition is a word which is used before a noun and pronoun to show its relation with another noun and pronoun is called preposition. It's a very simple definition, that if we use a preposition before a noun, it shows the relation with another noun or pronoun. This is very typical, so I want to express it with an example. We are in the room. In the room. The room is a noun, and in is preposition which shows the relation with we. We are in the room. The relation of we and room shows by the word in. As a book is on the table. A book, which is noun, and table also noun, and on is a preposition because it shows the relation between book and the table. So we can say the preposition is a word which shows the relation between two words. As another example, please distribute these chocolates between Ram and Sham. Ram and Sham, these two words are proper noun, and chocolates is also a noun, and so the between word shows the relation between Ram and Sham to the chocolate. So we can say preposition can be easily learned with the practice. If we make practice time and time, there are prepositional phrase and there are prepositional sentences which helps us to learn this topic. The next is the use of the clause. There are many clauses, and so we learn one by one to the use of clause. Seventh, the infinitive verb. Infinitive verb, the original verb which is used to as it is. as to go, to play. To infinitive is a verb which can be used as the place of present participle verb or the gerund verb. As swimming is a good exercise, we can replace it to swim is a good exercise. So swimming and to swim, those both are shows the same meaning, and the infinitive verb which cannot be finite, because infinite verbs never can be divided. Then the articles. There are two articles in English. First is definite article and second is indefinite article. Definite article is the, which can be pronounced as the and the. These are the three pronunciation of the. And the second article is indefinite article, which is a oblique an, because both are the same. They are used only in the different situation. A is used before a consonant sound giving word, and n is used before a vowel giving sound word. As we know that there is a line, there is a book, there is a peacock, and there is an orange, there is an egg, there is an umbrella. So we can learn that the sound of vowel take the article n, and the sound of consonant take the article a. And the definite article the is used for that things which are definite. As we know, the mountains, the rivers, and the stars and the sky and the sun and the moon, all these are very definite. The names of the newspaper, the names of desert, the name of ship, all these are definite and particular, so we use the before them. And if a noun came the second time and became definite, we should use the. As once upon a time there was a lion. We use a line because lion came first time. In the second line, the lion was very strong and was sleeping under a tree. The line because it comes second time and became the definite. So we use definite article to the definite things and indefinite article to the things which firstly appeared. We don't know about them. We are not confirm about them. Then the verb's ing form. It is used in the progressive tense mostly. Present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous, and the perfect continuous of these three tenses as present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. In all these six, the verb's ing form is used. But this topic shows us some different thing that we should use. We could use it as a, we can use them as a subject, as an object. Swimming is a good exercise. In this sentence, swimming is a subject. And he is going to swim, or he is busy in swimming. Swimming is the here is noun. So we can say that it can be used as noun and it can be used as object and subject also. Colloquial expression. This point relates to the speaking quality. Colloquial means a daily use language. We use a language in daily to dialogues in the daily uses. The colloquial language tell us that the words, which words are used basically frequently. As I cannot do it, I can't do it. I want an umbrella, I want umbrella, I want umbrella. These type of language is called colloquial language, which use the short words, which use the short responses, and colloquial language is the language of the language which can be used in the speaking. Then the passive. Passive is the form of active sentence. As we have read about the tenses, all the tenses are in active, and then we can turn them into the passive voice. As a hunter killed a lion. The passive voice, a lion was killed by a hunter. This shows the passiveness of the hunter. So we can say that the passiveness of the subject is the passive voice. In this type of sentences, object is more powerful than the subject, and in active sentence, subject is powerful than the object. So these are the opposites of each other. Reported speech. Reported speech, it is a type of sentence without commas. Reporting verb and reported speech, these are the two parts of a sentence. Reporting verb is the verb which shows that someone is speaking to someone, and the reported speech is the speech which was spoken. So as we said that Mahatma Gandhi said, do or die. Do or die is reported speech, and Mahatma Gandhi said to us, it is reporting verb. If we want to convert it in reported speech, we should open the sentence and we should disappear to the commas also. It can be it can be transformed as Mahatma Gandhi told us to do or die. There are many rules for the reporting speech. First of all, we should connect the two sentences with a conjunction as to, that, if, whether, or any WH word in WH question words. So we can say that we should connect the two sentences. Then we make disappear to the commas and then the pronoun change. There are 5 changes take place in reported speech. First of all, we should change the reporting verb. Second, we will add a conjunction between the two sentences. Then the pronoun change. Then the verb change, which is very important. And at last, the changing of the place related verb or the changing of adverbs. The most important is the change in verb. As in reporting verb, we can change said to in told, say to in tell, and if the sentence is interrogative, we will change the sentence say to ask and said to in asked. And in imperative sentence, we change said to in order, commanded, advised, these types. And in exclamatory sentences, we used exclaim with surprise, exclaim with sorrow, exclaim with many things, alas, vagara. And then we should add the conjunction according to the situation. In simple sentence, we add that. In imperative sentence, we use to. In interrogative sentence, we use if or whether. And in WH words, we use the WH word as a conjunction. And in the exclamatory sentences, we use that once again, as well as in simple sentences. Then the pronoun. Pronoun is changed according to a mini mantra, which is 1, 2, 3 and SON. Subject is according first person, object is according second person, and third person never can be changed. So we will change the pronoun. And then the verb. If the present and future verb are into the reporting verb, we will never change the reported speech verb. But if there is past tense into the reporting verb, we will change the present tense into past tense, the future tense into past tense, and the past into the double past. So we can say that the reporting verb, which is in the past tense, change to the verb in the reported speech. And the adverbs come, change in go, and then here is there, yesterday in the yesterday in the previous day, tomorrow in the next day. All these days, all these words change according to their situation. Then use of do, does in forming questions. I want, he goes to school. Does he go to school? I want a book. Do I want a book? He plays football. Does he play football? They make noise. Do they make noise? All these 2 words help us to make questions. Phrasal. There are phrasal verbs which are very fixed in used as look after, go through, go on. All these phrases are very fixed, so we should remember them. We should practice them. Then the pronunciation. Pronunciation is a part of speaking. Pronunciation, which is a topic of speaking, and it helps us to speak the word very clearly. We should learn about the pronunciation very clearly. As in English, the R sound is Vanish sound because GIRL, girl, ARMY, army, as well as the pronunciation. Most of people call him pronunciation, which is very wrong. Pronunciation, the syllabus, the committee, the line, LION, line, which called loin, that all these pronunciation are should be read by us. And then the conditionals. Conditional sentences are of many types, as I want to express one of them, if type conditional classes. If you work hard, you will pass. In the first sentence or if clause, we find that if you pass, it is present indefinite tense, and you will pass, it is future indefinite tense. It shows that in if conditional sentences, the if clause should be in present and the another clause should be in future. In the second situation, the first clause of past indefinite and second is also of past, as if you worked hard, you would pass. It shows the imaginary condition. If I were a bird, I would fly. It also shows the imaginary condition. Then the last and the impossible condition, which has the past perfect in the both side. If he had worked hard, he would have passed. It shows the impossibility of the action. As we have go through all these points, so I want to say that this is a very good book if you want to your improvement, if you want improvement in your grammar, or if you want to improve your speaking English, please go through these books and one by one you should read all the lessons.